Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy, and I wanted to give y'all a face-to-face view for any of my peeps going to blade shows so y'all know what I look like and you don't have to go back through my videos. We're going to talk about a product that was sent to me for review, and I'm super excited about it, and that is Bastard Strops. Go check these guys out. They're doing some really cool things, and I'm going to show y'all the little package that was sent to me. This is their business card. First off, we're going to start out with their emulsions. They have it's called gargoyle spit, and this I needed the 0.25 micron. This is the CBN. It's basically suspension with diamond flakes in it. You got the CBN. You have the gargoyle spit monocrystalline. And they all range different prices. We'll talk about that in the full review. And this is the 0.25 gargoyle spit and the polycrystalline. So I got all three of these. That's basically where I stopped on my stropping. All I had is a 0.5 micron. So I wanted to be able to take it to that next level and test out each one of these products. So they sent along a nicely done paddle strop. Everything's nice and smooth on there. I might even drill a lanyard hole in there. Everything's nice and smooth. They beveled the leather. The leather's nice and hard. I don't like soft leather because it tends to round over the edges more of a convex. And you got side one, which I put 0.5 micron paste on there. That's the wicked edge paste I put on there. Flip it over and I have side number two, which I labeled the 0.25 microns, and I decided to put monocrystalline on there. So there you go. That's the first set of strops and the liquid. They sent this as a little piece of swag, a 3D cut gargoyle, I guess you'd say. Just a cool little thing. And also they sent some more swag. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but just some swag to put on my my knife case and stuff like that. Cool. And this product, this is the coolest part. This is what had me excited about the product and made me want to check it out. And I don't know exactly what they call it, but I call it their EDC strop. And this is genius, absolute genius. I keep this with me at all times, strapped to my pack. They have a 3D machined polymer to cover the strop so they don't get contaminated. He's coming out with a little slip to put it in, but as of right now, I put a Ranger band on it to keep it from opening up. But you flip it open like this, and you have, just like the paddle strops, is perfect for folding knives. And you can do fixed blades too, but just it's a lot easier with your folding knives. They have it on another polymer glued to it, nice and rigid. I haven't put any compound on this yet because I hadn't decided what I wanted to use. Flip it over and you have number two, just like the paddle strops, but a nice EDC size package. Let me get you a size reference. You have your normal size strop and your EDC size strop. Perfect to keep in a pack. You know, if you have a bug out bag, anything like that, you throw that in there, hook it to there, and you always have a strop with you. I mean, that's awesome. And then to top it off, after they had sent me this, he came out with another genius idea. The same system like this with an extra layer with a custom cut DMT stone in the extra layer. I want to say it was like 400 grit to 1200 grit. I'll let you know in the full review, and I'll give you prices in the full review. But with that extra diamond stone, there's pretty much, you know, you could keep your knives up in the field no matter what. You know, if you get a chip in your blade or whatever, DMT diamond stones are really good. So you can get your sharpening and your honing all in the same process. Absolute genius.
DMT is used by copper dice as well.
Yeah, and just to check out, I'm kind of testing out the differences between the three emulsions. So I made my own quick strops out of balsa wood. I like balsa because it doesn't give as much as leather, so you don't convex as much. So as you can see, I just kind of labeled it. Make sure if you do this, make sure you get some wood that's flat, and this wood's the flattest I could find.
He has OCD too.
Yeah, I do have just a little bit. So as you see, I got 0.25 micron of the CBN, and what he said is the CBN and the poly, you can get about 5 to 6 knives in until you have to recoat the thing, and you really literally only have to put a few drops. This stuff goes a good way. And on this one, I like the nice, another little compact size. I put the poly crystalline 0.25 on here, and he said with the polycrystalline you got to pretty much reapply it each time, which is not a big deal. And after I've used them enough, I'm gonna give y'all my opinions on each one of them. And I will say, with the 0.25 micron that I have of the monocrystalline from here, right off the back, I'm gonna tell you, on this side I have the Wicked Edge paste, and the emulsions like super noticeably cuts very, very well. I brought back a knife that was nice and sharp. It was hair shaving sharp. I passed it on this about, I don't know, 10 to 15 swipes on both sides and got it hair whittling. Very sticky edge. Awesome, awesome job. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be testing each one of them out extensively to see what the benefit is of each one. And you know, is it worth spending the extra money to buy the more expensive one, or what the benefits are.
Bam.
Yeah, my cameraman's flipping the camera. He's doing tricks over here. So y'all let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If you're going to Blade Show, let me know down in the comment section. Me and a couple other guys, Zelric and maybe JT from JT's Knife Life, and a few other guys, we're trying to set up a meet and greet, or just somewhere where we can go and maybe do a huge pocket dump and talk, shoot the shit, maybe go in the pit. Let me know down in the comment section if you're gonna be there, what days you could be there, and we're gonna come up with a day that we could try to meet up and have a good time. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super excited for Blade Show this year. I will be spending a little bit of time in the Best Tech booth to help them out, being that they're our sponsor for our podcast. I talked to Selena over at Best Tech, and she asked me if I could work the booth. Probably gonna be working the booth about 2-3 hours each day, probably toward the end of the day. So if you want to come, if you want to come try to find me toward the end of the day, come to the Best Tech booth. I should be there. I think that's about it. Hope Copper Dice got a good shot of my ugly mug, and stops playing tricks back there. Hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.